Hi everybody, I wanted to do a simple graphical comparison between Hell Let Loose, which you're seeing here, and the new Spearhead 1944 Arma 3 DLC. They're both set in World War II, and I don't really do these as a way of knocking one or the other, but really as a way to kind of start a discussion about the differences between the two games, and how if you've tried one, you may well want to try the other as well. Because graphically, of course, you've got Arma 3, came out in 2013, running on there, I think it's called the Real Virtuality engine, which is definitely creaking a bit around the engines now. And then you've got Hell Let Loose working on Unreal Engine 4. I think, and undoubtedly, Hell Let Loose, when the light hits it just right, it is almost photorealistic a lot of time. It's very, very good. But that's not to say that Arma 3 and Spearhead 1944 can't look very good indeed as well. But, it is struggling a little bit to compete. But I wanted to talk about really how it would be remiss of me to say that if you've played Hell Let Loose and you really enjoy the World War II experience and you haven't checked out Arma 3 and you haven't checked out the new Spearhead 1944, at least watch some gameplay videos of it, because you could well find that it's your cup of tea. And the other way around as well is if you're playing Arma and you're playing Spearhead 44 and you're thinking, oh, I want more World War II stuff, then Hell Let Loose it's a bit of a treat. I mean, it could be argued that sometimes Hell Let Loose is a little bit more hardcore than Arma, sometimes, depends on the settings on the server. But it's very infantry based. You do have a few tanks and you do have aircraft coming in doing bombing runs and things like that, but you can't fly around in an aircraft in Hell Let Loose, although you can get in tanks and drive them around. The big difference obviously between the two games in terms of their longevity as well is mod support, and the fact that when you're playing Hell Let Loose at the moment, I think there's only really 2 game modes you can play, and they're both pretty similar. Whereas the beauty with Arma 3 is it's all about the mods. When you get a Spearhead 1944, you do have the big multiplayer cooperative Operation Cobra, where everybody's playing together as the Americans to fight the Germans. But you've also got single player options, you've got scenarios, you've got cooperative stuff, you've got dynamic campaigns created by the community with mods like Anti-Stasi, and there's lots of different things basically you can do with a sandbox, because Arma 3 is ultimately, and therefore Spearhead 1944 is ultimately a sandbox that you can play around with and playing the game in lots and lots of different ways, where in Hell Let Loose at the moment you're kind of stuck playing the game the way the devs want you to take it. Really fingers crossed that devs take Hell Let Loose down the mod support route, because look what it's done for Arma 3, kept it going for 10 years, and other games as well, like DayZ. Almost any game that has proper mod support, it just increases its longevity, and I think it's definitely a way to go, especially in a game like Hell Let Loose, where they're going to do Hell Let Loose World War II, maybe they'll do Hell Let Loose Vietnam or Hell Let Loose Korea or something like that, but they can all be standalone games that are given more life by community mods. And then also you can have things like we have here with Spearhead 44, where you have community DLC as well, where outside modders create the DLC, but with the help of the original publisher and developer, and then they publish it under the original developer's umbrella so that they can actually get some money to it. Anyway, I'll leave you with the gameplay. What do you think about Hell Let Loose? What do you think about Spearhead 1944? What are you looking forward to about both games? What are the strengths and weaknesses? And if you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe, and of course I'll see you again soon.